Yo, what's up? It's your brother. And hopefully your friend, Big Hill. Rock Quasi in the building. Each one teach one. Check this out, man. I'm going to talk about this book right here. The Law of Self-Defense Principles. Just at the beginning of the year, they signed into law constitutional carry. You know, right when I went and got my damn gun license, they say that you don't need a gun license to carry a gun. I had to fight through a lot of red tape for my gun license, so it actually means something to me. You know, I've been wanting that thing for the better part of 10, 11 years after I first had got some things done. And then I had to go through some more red tape, so I finally got it, right? And then at the beginning of the year, they passed this law where that if you're able to legally own a gun, you can carry a gun. And you don't have to have a gun license. And but you know, it's a lot of brothers sitting in jail, man, because they didn't know the law and they weren't responsible with gun carry. And that's what this book is about. This book was written by a lawyer named Andrew F. Branca, Esquire. He's an attorney and an internationally recognized expert on self-defense law. Andrew consults on criminal cases nationally and teaches lawyer, judges, police, tactical instructors, and civilians. Andrew has been a guest lecturer at the FBI's National Academy and is a graduate of the Force Science Institute. He is a contributor to the National Review and use of force subject matter expert on the Wall Street Journal, NPR, and other prominent media. In addition to being a lawyer, Andrew is an IDPA charter member and a masterclass competitor, which means he's good with a gun, and an NRA certified instructor in pistol, rifle, and personal protection. So basically this guy is a gun expert and an expert in gun law. And in this book, man, there's like 5 principles, which are innocence, imminence, proportionality. Innocence, I'm trying to memorize them, right? Innocent, imminence, proportionality. What are the other 2? Reasonableness. Hold on, man, I got to tell y'all what these are. Hold on 1 second here. All right, yeah, avoidance. Avoidance, that's the one I was leaving out. Innocence, imminence, proportionality, avoidance, and reasonableness. Those are 5 things that you must establish in a court of law for you to be able to beat a self-defense. If you claim self-defense and have to shoot somebody and take somebody's life. And the thing about it, you have to be able to show where you're all 5 of them that you were justified. But the prosecutor only have to disprove 1 of them. And there's laws surrounding each one of them. So if you don't know these laws, you're gonna fuck around and shoot somebody and end up having to do at least 20 years in the penitentiary. You know, there's plenty of brothers, man, serving second-degree murder and manslaughter charges because they were justified. They thought they were justified. And innocence is the first one. You have to be able to establish that first. And there's so many little things about the law of innocence that the prosecutor can point to and convince a jury that you weren't justified in shooting because you weren't innocent. Like, for instance, right? What's the major one people shoot folks for? Putting their hands on folks. Somebody come up and bust a hook off of them. Or you challenge somebody to a fair one, and he get the best of you, and you pull out your gun and shoot him. Okay, well, if somebody come up and put their hands on you and you shoot them, you're going to jail. Why? Because that was a non-lethal fight that you used lethal force. So you can't claim innocence because you used lethal force in a non-lethal situation. If you challenge somebody to a fair one, both of you are unjustified because you both challenge each other to a fight. Now, if one of them, you get to whooping him and he pull out a knife and you shoot him, you justified then because he turned a non-lethal thing into a lethal thing by pulling the knife. So if he pull a gun and you beat him to the draw and you shoot him first, then you justify. It's just a whole lot of stuff, man. That's why I'm reading the book. You have to know the law. I remember, man, years ago, man, I've been carrying a gun forever, but I didn't know the law. And trying to be a responsible gun owner today, man, you have to know the law. If you don't know the law, you're going to end up pulling that trigger and you're going to jail, man. Point blank range. These are a little short up on my screen. So, man, I suggest you get this book and read this book. They say you want to hide something from, you know what they say, from black folk, put it in a book. You ain't going to hide it from me in the book because I do a lot of reading. And being a responsible gun owner, it's important for me to know the law. Because knowing the law, man, it'll change your approach. And it'll make you more responsible with gun toting and gun carrying. Most of us carry a gun, but most of us don't know the law. Buy this book, read this book. I guarantee you're going to learn a lot about self-defense law. You're going to end up having to do them 20 years, man, for shooting somebody and taking somebody's life. I hope and prayers that I never have to. But if I do, I want to make sure, man, that when I go into the court, you know, that I'm justified. And in order to be justified, you have to know the law. Peace.